Welcome to the circle where we elevate. Nikki, Kurt, and Angel set the record straight. Open conversations every day we relate. No negativity, just a positive state. Finding good vibes every story we share. Support each other, show we truly care. In this community, love is always there. Through the highs and lows, we're a team, we swear. In your circle we rise and fly. No drama, just love, we reach the sky. Support and shine, keep the vibe alive. In your circle, together we thrive.
Gray Rider Reptiles offers genetic shed testing on 30 different ball python morphs, including puzzle, sunset, and clown. Visit shedtesting.com for your shed testing needs and for fast, reliable service.
Angel Caro Reptiles is your one-stop shop for your 3D printed reptile enclosure and shipping needs. From offering products in a variety of colors to customizing orders to fit your needs, Angel Caro makes sure each piece is up to his meticulous standard. Contact Angel Caro today to place your order or submit an inquiry.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy Saturday. We're here and it's Saturday.
It's an extra special day.
I need my brain to work.
Today. Just hanging out.
We're going to hang out with Kat, Ro, Lace, and maybe Evan later if he makes it back. But if not, that's okay too. We have our unofficial sponsor of the episode. Angel, do you want to introduce our unofficial sponsor?
It'll be Ryan. Salish Serpent.
All right. Ryan. Can check him out on Instagram and Morph Market. It feels kind of official, though, doesn't it?
Kind of official. It feels kind of official.
It does feel kind of official. We also have our show sponsor, Charlie of shedtesting.com. Let's get your sheds tested, people.
Absolutely.
And as always, if you aren't supporting USARK, well, we don't know what you're doing. You should do that right now. All right, we're going to bring out our guests because I'm just rambling. That's what I do. Hello, everybody.
What's up, guys?
We're so happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Before we get too far, I know that our wonderful 7 people that are watching will enjoy this next part. We all have something to tell you, Angel. Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Angel.
Happy birthday to you. It's Angel's birthday today.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
We'll take donations to never do that again.
We will. You can donate below to never have us do that.
It's all right. It's like going to Olive Garden or wherever the fuck it's you. It's okay.
We didn't make you
We
wear a
are with
sombrero.
like a group of Italians. I just want to throw that out there. It is. We might as well be at like the Olive Garden.
Hey, if you're there, you're like family, right?
When you're here, your family. Yes.
There you are.
Look, you're getting birthday wishes in the chat.
But thank you.
You're welcome. Terrence says happy birthday, and James says happy birthday.
Thank you.
And we all sang you happy birthday. You can actually go back and rewatch it all the time now, so you can never forget it.
It's probably going to be my new ringtone.
It's definitely a moment you need to rewind to. That's great.
Yeah,
Great.
over and over again.
My son's going to kick out of this later.
Our thing is lagging so bad.
What?
Our thing is lagging so bad because it's like you guys are talking, but you guys are like frozen.
Oh no, you're not lagging at all.
But I don't know.
No,
There's
we're-
always some kind of technical difficulty.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
We'll
You
let it go.
responded. You responded at the right time, so it sounds fine.
I'm glad at least the audio is working. We can work with that. So we're good.
That's good. Okay, Terrence says he can see us all, so that's
Nice.
good. Lace, you have been busy since last you have been on here. You're in a new spot.
Barely. Yeah. I just bought my first house, and it's been absolutely crazy. Crazy,
Congratulations.
crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I feel very accomplished. I also feel very overwhelmed and stressed, and all of the cool things that I asked for. So here I am.
It's a like huge congrats, dude. That's freaking awesome.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Man, it comes with a headache though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and I'm just like I'm not a person who can just like actually Kat and I were talking about this the other day. She's like, make a list and prioritize like your stuff. And I was like, okay, thank you. Yes, I needed that because I'm like give all of my money, do all of this stuff. Like there's zero prioritizing. I've got a hand in every bucket and I'm doing it all right now. And like, I just don't think that that's wise. I mean, like in this economy, no, let's not.
Yeah, you sent me a list of like 15 things, and I'm like, well, how do we prioritize and then pick one?
I know. I'm sorry. we're talking and catching up as friends, and then like I'm like, by the way, here's my to-do list. I'm doing this to you because I need to copy and paste it into my notes. It's a lot, but it's fun.
It's good to write it out. It's good to prioritize and move things around and say, you know, if we do this first, then we can do these other things. So it's just good to talk it out. So it's good to get it out.
I agree.
It's what kept us kind of sane during the start of the new reptile room, you know, making a list and trying to check off each one at a time. Definitely helps. And then budgeting it out too.
Speaking of new reptile room, y'all got a lot going on too.
Yeah, we're still in the guest bedroom for right now. It's a process, but yeah, next step we're still. I mean, she just got done doing a mural on the one wall, and paint for and do the mini split, and then we can start moving things in there, and then have a guest bedroom.
Side note: if anyone has any mini split information they want to pass along, I'm doing so much research that I'm confusing myself at this point. So anybody out there, holler.
So I would say, like, from the research we've been doing, I really like the Mitsubishi brand. I can't pronounce it right, so please don't make fun of me. But that brand. So I heard really good things about that they last for a really long time. So that's the brand I'm looking at. But it's rough. It's not easy.
Well, if you buy one first, let us know, and if we buy one,
if yours breaks, tell us which ones. No, I'm just
I was hoping that y'all would buy yours first. Honestly.
We were gonna do Mr. Cool, and then I'm like, we're gonna stay away from that because we were gonna do the DIY one and have like, but we're like, no, we want the warranty.
We have the DIY one.
I'm so glad that you just mentioned that because that you just set me back about 7 weeks. Thank you. I'm changing my entire existence and game plan now.
Do you guys like the DIY one?
Yeah, it's
the Mr. Freeze,
pretty
right?
darn easy. Yeah,
The Mr. Cool.
But yeah, we
that,
did.
Yeah, him. Sorry.
We stuck that in a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it's been going pretty maintenance free ever since. But
so how close are your rats to snakes? And like, did you do the duck list? Oh,
this one is just in our. We have one in our bedroom right now. That is our only mini split.
So our house is kind of set up weird. And we have a pellet stove up at the front of the house, and the back bedrooms had baseboard heat, so you couldn't afford to turn it on. So we put those in for just the back 2 rooms.
Oh yeah, we have
and it makes a huge difference. But the unit I got, I could run a third one off into the snake room if I wanted to. I just haven't.
So do you have the dual zone one, or it's 2 separate units?
It's a triple zone, but I'm only running 2 of them.
Helen knows the owner. Okay.
I'm not really DIY, so I was like, let me find someone that would know how to do it. And I think I trust them less than I do the mini split. I think that was the issue. So, like, I just need to find someone that. Oh no. I did look at the DIY ones though. It's just I can't be the one DIYing it, or it's just gonna fall off.
Word, dude.
Yeah. We actually had somebody do like all the wiring for it, and then they kind of were like, "Oh yeah, I don't really do HVAC," and we're like, and now so we like pumped the brakes and we're like, let's find someone who knows what they're doing.
Because we sure don't.
We did like $800 in wiring, and he's like, cool, then I'll just come out. And we're like, okay. And he's like, oh, by the way, like, don't have an HVAC license for it. Like, well, we kind of want this to work, like, long term. So, yeah, that kind of set us back a little bit. So now we think we finally found somebody who can do it. So now it's just a matter of, like, finding the right model again and all that stuff. All the fun research.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I should never be in charge of anything DIY. I will DI myself into a hole.
DIY. Yeah, that's good.
It's
I
bad.
mean, I've seen you saw something in half with, I mean,
The table.
the tables that you sawed in half, that you like fell into it. While you
I don't
were
know what y'all are talking about. I
I'll
can saw right down a sawhorse while stretched about 3.5 feet. I can do it.
It was so hard to watch. My God.
Nikki
I'll find
Nikki
the video.
asked me about the video that y'all just did about like what would you like what would you tell yourself, or what was it? Give me the context. What was it?
What do you wish you knew then, or then that you know now? Sorry,
Right.
my brain gets all turned around.
Was my first response like, don't ever think that you can just build your own racks. Just buy the
Yes.
shit, invest in a quality equipment. Do not make your own freaking racks.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
All my limbs, I've almost sawed them all off.
And you can't move refrigerators either, apparently.
Oh,
That was
golly.
not a good choice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No. It was okay. Truth be told, I think I can do it. It was because, and I swear, it's because I had my frocks on and I wasn't in 4-wheel drive. I didn't have the back
that'll do
strap
it.
on my frock, and I was just slipping and sliding, and I was going up a trailer. You've got to be in 4-wheel drive with the frocks. I'm sorry.
Four-wheel drive.
If you're not a croc person, you can't understand, but you got to be in 4-wheel drive.
You do.
Yeah.
Crocs, and she hates them, and she bullied me out of buying them inside the store. So I don't have. But they really.
No. I'm sorry. Did you say Crocs? I think I'm saying Crocs. I do not buy a name brand Crocs. It's Croc with a all the way.
Crocs.
Big crops.
Okay. I like all the little bits on them, you know?
Yeah, she was in the store and I was just bullying her because they were so expensive. I'm like, why are you gonna buy this fake rubber shoe with holes in it? She's like, it's cute. I'm like, it's not cute. Are you a nurse? She's like, well, no. I'm like, you're not gonna wear these out in public. I'm like, they're
Right.
ugly. So she was like, well, now I don't even want them anymore.
Kurt has a story about Crocs, don't you? The movie?
Oh yeah, that's not my story, but the
No.
movie Idiocracy. That's, if you notice, every prisoner is wearing a pair of bright orange Crocs because they did like a ad in the newspaper or something, and were requesting for a futuristic new shoe, and that's the first appearance of Crocs.
Futuristic new shoe.
I read that actually recently. I read an article about that. Shockingly, like where did Crocs come from? And that's exactly what I read. You're
Angel,
fucking
do you remember the
lucky.
pair of Crocs we saw at the show? They were platform Crocs.
What?
They were like
yeah.
5-inch platform Crocs with
Yeah, I
metal
know.
spikes in them.
I wore them things. There's no way. I don't know how she was doing it, but I gave her.
They were in 4-wheel drive. That's how.
They were in 9-wheel drive. They were incredible. They were incredible. But I'd never seen anything
Ship
like
that
that.
thing in gear, dog.
I'd never
Yeah.
seen anything.
There are
like
always
that.
some of the
Crazy.
best shoes when you go to an expo.
Oh,
Shoes
Show-
that I
like,
would
that's the
die
thing.
in.
Even if it's slow at the show, you're still, and like there's still something to do. You are still in. There's still stuff going on all around you. It's
Yep.
really fun. That's why I
you
just talk
can
to
stay at your
everybody.
booth and never be bored. There's always something entertaining walking by.
For this, it's fun. It's fun.
So we didn't
Or something.
And then if you're bored, then you just start bugging out with the person. You start making faces at the vendor across from you. You throw something at them. I don't know. Like it's just because you see the same people over and over again. So just get friendly with everybody.
We went to our
Or if
first
that-
show, kind of like helping out Courtney at Leviathan, at the Southeast one, and it was so much fun. Like I like the behind the scenes, like hanging out with all the other vendors before and after. I agree, it's so much fun.
All I know is I have to wear better shoes next time. So that's all I was gonna say is I learned don't wear Converse because it hurts, and I should probably wear like something better.
Like
Only-
Bob's.
No, something comfortable.
God.
Mhm.
And my feet were
You know what? I now swear by my platform kids. Platform kids are like walking on a pillow.
okay.
So good. We also have anti-fatigue mats, which really help.
I've heard everyone was telling us that was a good thing to have. So we're just making the mental checklist for our first show.
We'll have to bring like the
Yes.
mats next for the show we've at.
Didn't y'all just
Well,
do
let
your
us-
first show?
It's important. It's important though. What was that? I'm sorry.
Wait, didn't y'all? Oh, were y'all doing the Leviathan? I'm confused. Y'all were at Leviathan's booth helping them, but y'all weren't there as y'all. I mean, that sounds
So
silly.
like we brought some animals, but we were under their we were at their table helping her out. Stephen was up in
Cool.
Canada for the Canadian show.
So you got a little tiptoe taste, a little bit. Were you nervous?
It was definitely helpful because now we know how to answer all those like very basic questions people ask, like how do you take care of this? You know, like oh God, we're
like
at
they like
square
raffle
one.
them off. It's like 10 people at once, like asking like the same questions. You're like, oh, and then you have like someone holding a snake here, someone holding, so it's just like, and then learning how to set up, and it was our first time really understanding what being in a show is all about, and it was just so much fun. But man, you're just so tired.
It was a
like,
good experience, though. It was a really good show.
We learned so much. So when we do our show with our banners and stuff, like we feel like we got like our foot in the door so well, like we kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
It's such an experience on the other
forgot
side
to
of the
talk
table. You know, like when
Oh,
you're on one side of the table, then you're on the other side of the table, like, and it's so different. And sometimes it's not even what you thought it would be. It's very different. And I think if you're really doing this if you're getting serious, even if you're not ready to have your own table, just try it. Just ask people. I tell people all the time, ask people, can I check out your stuff or come behind. Not everybody's going to be very receptive. You have to sort of do the work, just like you guys have been doing, into people and spending time, and honestly, spend some money. That might sound bad, but truthfully, a vendor might more likely to spend more time with you if you are talking and dropping some cash time. I know what that sounds like. But the thing is, I've noticed if you're talking to a vendor, most likely you already kind of got something in common. Like you're looking at the stuff that they have. You can talk these animals that they're working with. You're working more often than not, you may have a lot of the same, interests in projects and so on and so forth. And as you talk, there could be other interests and so on. And just like you did, you were able to get behind the booth, and that's what a lot of people need to do. Just stand there, talk, get friendly. You got to gauge how much time you're gonna spend there. You know what I mean? Like, you can stand in front of their booth all day long, and it's like, I love talking to you, but you got to shift over a little bit. It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that. But yeah,
I love talking to you later.
That does happen. It does
happen. But that's the thing. Like, if you really want to do this, just take some time, talk to people, and ask lots of questions.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
And we've already been looking at other shows because we were immediately like, oh, we should have tried to do this sooner because it was a lot better than we expected it to be, and not as like intense as we thought it was going to be.
It was so much fun.
So I think we're looking at like early January. There's a couple that we could try to bend. So that's our goal.
Get through the holidays and everything, and then January start pumping them out. We have our banners coming soon. We have a local guy doing them, so we'll be ready to go. But it's so much fun.
That's
And
important.
when you're
You gotta
ready,
have
you just
that. Definitely.
let us all know, because we all have show lists of all the things that we try and remember to pack. Can inundate you with our lists, and then you can decide what you want to bring. We live and die by our show list.
Yeah, we had like a bag, and for like 3 days beforehand, I'm like, okay, I'm just putting things in the bag that I think we'll need, and then I haven't even unpacked it. So I'm like, no, we'll just keep it here because it's all the basics.
We're like chalk markers, extension cords, snacks, like extra bags. Like it was,
Oh,
I'm just
here's a tip: test your chalk markers with the field. Test them before you leave, because it's happened to me. I go out and they don't work, or
oh no,
they don't
They were
write
right
what's here, or so test them. It's great to buy them. Yes, they work. Just trust me. It's
okay.
happened.
We know some people that Angel can borrow things from.
Yes. Yes. That's the thing. Most vendors stuff too. Most vendors are cool about shit like that because it's happened to them. It's happened to them.
everyone was so cool too. It was so awesome just to like be behind the booth and experience that side and get to like hang out with the other vendors. Like that was just a whole different feeling. Like, now I don't even want to go to a show and buy. I want to go to a show and vent. And also buy. And also buy. Yeah.
I would say the first 3 shows are the roughest because so much stuff in your setup changes.
Yes, that's true.
You refine.
And then by that 3rd or 4th, you've got it dialed pretty well.
Yeah.
And then you
think
start
that's what makes it
seeing
fun.
what it is that you need, or you're missing, or that you can change, or that's when you're thinking about insoles in your shoes, and you think about bringing
like
garbage
that.
bags, because some venues the garbage is near your table, so bring your own garbage bags if you can. Things like that. Just and then as you go on, you'll be like, oh, I gotta definitely bring rolled paper towel, probably some gloves, because as you're transporting, they'll crap in the containers. You got to change and bring extra containers. As you go along, it's just this whole list. It's this whole list of stuff, and writing it down, or keeping it in wherever you want to keep it. Just definitely have it available.
Yep. It's really important to light your animals well. And there's so many different options for lighting. We just took our studio lights this time. So we had the lume cubes pointed at the snakes. It worked out pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the lighting is really important.
Oh yeah.
Elise, when are you gonna vent?
Like maybe tomorrow. No, Lulu came over to get rats the other day, and she was like, I don't know, she's like she's a little whiz. She's been the one like telling me like, hey, you should do this and this, and she has like her own small business or something. So she's like, have you made yourself a business yet? Are you doing like a tax something or another? I don't know. She's getting all crazy, and I'm like, girl, I don't feel like I can breathe right now. Let's talk about this later. But I definitely do think like next year, maybe like the fall show, NARBC. It used to be in Arlington, now it's in Dallas. So Dallas, maybe I'm thinking the fall show. Maybe that would be fun. I mean, I've been as a consumer / hanger outer, and sometimes it gets a little rough. I find the bar and then I buy everything I don't need. So I definitely do want to vend, but I think I've spent like a lot of time just trying to like meet people, and I mean that doesn't go so hot. But I give it my all.
That's what matters. But,
Thanks, bud. Maybe
You just
next
gotta
year.
keep
I don't
showing
know.
up, you know what I mean? Just keep
Yeah.
showing up. Keep to the
Yeah.
shows whenever you can. Even if it's for like, I can only go for like an hour. That's, hit your favorite spots. Show your face.
Yeah.
Because
It's cool, like actually putting like face to names. Like you had like some random DM conversation with this one person, and then you're like, oh, you're that guy. Okay, hi. That's always cool to me. It's like oh my God, we followed each other. Or, oh, I like this picture of you. And then you meet them in person. You're like, wow. But then again, I'm going to say it, like my closest people I've never met in real life. Shout out to like half of y'all here. Dorothy, you too. But the community is just fun. Like you're just honest with like the shit you like and you're having fun and all is well and you're meeting cool friends and people. And I think, I don't know, my bias, but like the snake community is like just kind of a cool like group of weirdos and we all just accept each other and we find out that we're like a lot more in common than we thought we had, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry I drank beer today. A refrigerator fell on me, but y'all, I appreciate y'all's friendships.
The feeling is mutual.
I'm getting emotional. Where's Evan? Evan, save me.
Aw. We're just happy you guys are here hanging out on a Saturday with us.
Has anyone's rats slowed down yet? This is like the time of the year where my rat production like significantly slows up.
was
Ours did.
I haven't. No, I just went.
Really?
I just went through this today because I was feeding. I found babies. I found babies where I didn't know the male in there. So no, not at all. Oh yeah,
My
that
stuff
was
is
right next
slowing
to
up.
right next to us the whole show. It was all three of us in one row, and then we had the other weirdo with us, Tucker.
And then Aunt Vicky showed up.
And Vicky showed up.
Oh,
Ruined the whole weekend.
Everything went.
what a trip.
I heard she stole the
Aw.
white diamonds from the Airbnb.
Better not have.
No, hopefully not. They need to be there next time
They have to be
so we
Yes.
can cut that promo.
Oh my God. Second.
Oh, dear Lord.
Anyway.
When you set up that show, a lot of people were asking about venomous stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
bizarro.
That was weird.
It was so weird because it was when you walk down the row, it was us, then Angel, then Dylan from D's Balls, and they would ask us and we'd answer. Then they'd go to Angel, Angel would answer it. Then they go to Dylan, Dylan would say, give him the answer. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, it was 3 different variations of the same answer.
And it was all,
You know.
it was all, you won't find any of that here. Like all three of us said, do we not have it? You're not going to find it at this show. And yet, 1, 2, 3, like what the, okay.
That's wild.
Unless they were set us up. They were trying to like, you know.
Here, we've got one under the table.
Yeah.
What
You
the heck?
never know. That might have been a case because that was just really weird.
It was really
I don't
weird.
know, it
One of
was
them was a
weird, like,
small
you-
child
Oh my god.
who like had done her like she knew things. It's like, no.
Yeah, sure. We have rattlesnakes. Take whichever. Oh my god. That's wild.
There was a really cool vendor though that at this expo there was more aquatic stuff than there's ever been, and he had like did you go see it?
I never
He
got
had,
to
like,
see it.
These little he was growing coral, so he had like these little corals you could grow and little tiny sea anemones. It was so cool, and they were all lit up under a black light. It was
That's-
amazing.
I didn't get to walk much. So I missed that.
I know it was really neat. I didn't know things like that existed, but apparently people have tanks without fish in them and just
Yeah.
grow coral. See, I didn't know this.
Coral tanks are huge.
That's
Did
awesome.
not
I
know
mean,
that.
they're upwards of 10 grand for
Yeah, they're
decent
insane.
ones.
The amount of money
Okay.
that's in the world is crazy. And then the lighting too on top of that.
Yeah, we dabbled in
Mhm.
some things for a bit. I don't recommend it unless you really want one
No.
hobby to dive into.
I thought the reptiles were
I
expensive.
remember that.
Like we think this shit is expensive. This nothing compared to like the fish world. Like the fish world is crazy. It's
Yeah, we
awesome.
went to
like, hey, can we let them
We were
have
looking
it?
at
It's great.
and then lights, and I was like, these lights are like $1,500. No, thank you. Crazy.
That's insane.
It was a lot.
We didn't walk away from the expo with any coral, but we walked away with 2 rainbow boas,
Nice.
baby rainbow boas. They're so cute.
That's awesome.
And not feisty. They're nice little rainbow boas, and they just ate for the first time like champions. So
Nice.
They're really cool. They're
happy.
They're real cute.
I love the iridescence on them. They're just beautiful.
I know.
Yeah.
It had to happen. A rainbow snake just had to happen.
Makes sense.
It does make
I-
sense. I'm excited to
I
watch
bought
them grow.
Nothing. I bought
Angel didn't buy any.
absolutely nothing. I left nothing. I'm happy.
Did you
I
feel
almost bought
good,
something,
or
but
did
it
you
wasn't-
leave and be like, "Oh, I feel like I missed out"?
No, I didn't.
No?
I often don't buy anything at shows, and it's usually never leave my booth. So I'm just there all day.
It's a good strategy.
It is. It is. Each time I
Angel's
left,
Angel's nickname was Iron Bladder because before more people came along, he'd never go to the bathroom the whole day. Angel,
That's rough.
it's not good for you.
No, it's not. It's not good at all. But luckily, I have now people that not only will help me, but they're shacked up right neck both sides, so we're good. I can pee in peace.
Have any of you gotten any new animals lately, or made any new animals?
so we actually just hatched out a pied clutch. The odds were brutal. It's like a pet clutch to bring to
It's just
shows,
a pet clutch. We didn't breed them
But-
or like have more of them.
but it was 9 eggs, and it was and she. Sorry, I'm reading it right next to because the hatchling's right over here. So it was a and she yellow belly pied to banana het pied. We bought the banana het pied 4 years ago.
Yeah,
when
when
we
they were worth
first started.
like $1,000.
But she was like didn't want to pair with anyone for like all last year. So we got them, but we hit no banana pies. We only hit 3 pies out of 9. It's our luck this year.
Yeah, we
It's
have
going
not
well.
had a good year.
But everyone's healthy and great, and I love hatching out pies regardless. And then I also picked up a Wilma python. I'm so excited about.
So pretty. I'm obsessed with it.
Cool.
She hates my guts, but she's so pretty. And I love that snake.
No, those things are insane.
Sounds
I saw
about
that
right.
photo and I was like, wow. Okay, well,
It almost looks like blurry a little bit. Like when you're looking, it almost looks like that double vision look on her. I want more.
just so like, this is the weirdest thing, but like just like creamy. I don't know how to explain it, but that thing is gorgeous. Creamy. It's
Very
creamy. That sounds awful. Mute me.
Can't do it. She's just gonna be unmuted for all the
Anywho,
place in her glory.
I love you, New Night. Bye.
Oh.
That's what all
Angel,
that's-
what are your birthday plans?
Well, I was gonna say on that note, I actually gotta go. I'm sorry, I gotta short. My birthday plans. I'm gonna just go hang out with my family. We're just gonna go hang. Probably. Honestly, I just want to go some video games, watch a movie, and eat bad food. I don't really give a shit.
That sounds like a great birthday.
I
That
just
really
want to hang out
sounds
with them and hang out with my kid and my wife and both. That's it. I have no complaints. I'm happy. I'm good. Yeah, I already hung
Well,
out with the
happy
snakes
birthday.
all day, all morning. We're good. So, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes and everything. No, don't be surprised if that's not my ringtone. It might happen.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
nobody call Angel.
Jeez.
You never know. It might happen. But I appreciate you guys, everybody that's coming out, that came out today. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I will talk to you guys soon.
You too.
Bye, Angel.
Bye, Angel.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Angel.
Happy birthday.
And then it was just our 3 rectangles. Look at that. What?
Nothing.
Crazy pants.
Oh yeah.
So any cool clutches coming soon from anybody? How's the season going?
We've had a crappy season. It's been
Hey, okay,
awful.
us too.
So we had an incubator malfunction at the
Oh,
beginning of the year with 3 clutches in it.
No.
And one of those clutches was our piggy tail clutch, where they were all born with their kinked tails.
oh, I'm
So
sorry.
out of them, we have three left. The rest of them wouldn't eat. They were all assist feed babies, and then they just kind of all started refusing to eat. The other ones are eating like champions.
Yeah.
Like they're not even related. They can still go to the bathroom. They still shed. They eat fine. The only trouble they have is like shedding that last little bit of their pigtail.
Oh.
But that was that. And then catastrophe, because then the other eggs and the other clutches they were in there the least amount of time when the incubator had a spike. And must have been when their tail was developing or something bizarre, because the rest of them and the other clutches had to be in there during the whole time that the incubator malfunctioned, during some other critical part of their development, because we had like shark mouth and crazy kinked babies, and one that crawled out of the egg and lived for like an hour and then just died, like was dead. Looked fine, wasn't fine.
Yes.
And then after that, we had an egg-bound snake, and then 2 infertile clutches.
Oh my god.
So here we are.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we got maybe 5.
10 hours. You just
Snakes.
had bad odds.
I'm sorry.
Did you
That's
find out like what happened, like what malfunction, or like what happened?
So it was somebody else's incubator. We bought a collection from somebody. They were getting rid of their incubator. We had borrowed an incubator and we gave it back because we were like, oh, well, we have this incubator that did great because this person had all these clutches with it. Well, in our time, we had it all monitored and everything, and I had plugged it in January, and I monitored it all the way till May or April. And April, it had it for the whole month of April. I think it dipped, didn't it?
Yeah, a couple
For
degrees.
the whole month of April. I didn't check it then because it had been fine January all the way to March. And then it dipped for the whole month of April. And then on April 30th, it went back to normal when I went back and looked at our records.
That's crazy.
Just some weird random thing. And so we were very happy to like chuck the incubator outside. And then we bought a Wilbanks incubator sitting over here, huge, waiting for eggs in it. And
That
that's it.
sucks.
that sucks. I'm sorry.
It sucks. I know, because you kind of get comfortable not checking things because you're like, oh,
Yep.
everything's always been fine. And then there was one day she went to bed late. She's like, I feel like I need to check on the animals. And she came in here, and one of our racks, maybe I guess the probe had gotten off, and it had gone up to like 120 degrees. And we were like, runs in. We're like, everyone was in the front. We fixed everything, but it was just like it gives you that little warning of like, okay, we need to be better about like making sure everything's connected well. We had been moving stuff earlier in the day because we had an electrician here, and I'm like, it must have been when we moved everything around, it must have gotten detached. But God, it's just,
I check it twice a day now because anxiety, about it. That was
Smart.
yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. You have to get like a wake up call of like an alarm going off, or like all your snakes are in the front, but this has to be part of the routine to keep checking, because that sucks. It's scary.
It is. But
Yeah.
we're
That
excited
happened to
for
me
when we
once.
have
I made,
clutches
like, a
that live.
table chart, and I check it like once a week at least, because after the first time, it absolutely terrified me. I mean, it's important. Everybody should.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Because
That's
it's scary. Like, I have a temperature gauge in the incubator, and before I go to bed, I have like a routine. I'll make sure I can already feel her. I make sure every door is locked, and then I come in the snake room, and I'm like making sure everything is good. Like after that, it takes me like 15 minutes to do everything before bed for that. But
And then you sleep
like
better.
You can't check enough. Yes.
then in the morning, I come in here and I check it in. Like, let me just make sure everything. She's like, it's the same. Like, I just gotta look.
All it takes is one
Can't tell
time
you.
to really freak you out.
Yeah. Can't tell you how many times I've gone in, laid down in bed and said, oh, I've got to go check on something in the snake shack, because our snakes are outside now in our what was our rat shack.
Gotcha.
It's not really a shack. They live a posh life out there. But then I'm like trudging out there in my pajamas and rubber boots and coat, and okay, I can sleep now. I can go to sleep.
You're like, is it locked? Is it locked? You're like, all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same thing.
The other thing we found out is a friend of ours just built an incubator out of a newer wine cooler. Wine cooler?
Yeah.
Wine cooler. And you should not build them out of newer wine coolers because they off gas so bad that even if you let them air out, like he let it air out, it was fantastic. The off gassing destroyed the whole clutch.
Oh.
That's awful.
So be careful if you're building your own incubator.
We knew early on not to trust ourselves building anything, so we got a sea serpents. Like we got a sea serpent
Smart.
like, immediately. Like 7 months before we had a clutch. We're like, don't care, we're gonna run it and make sure it's good. Haven't had a single problem. Let's knock on something.
Knock
But
on
we
wood
were
or
like
something.
not building anything because we don't know how. So
Kurt and I laughed because I'm like, Kurt, this isn't even like we get this incubator that somebody else used, had great success, whatever. It seems to work great. Didn't work for us. And I'm like, and then we look at other people on Instagram and they have built them out of like old freezers and like chest freezers. I'm
And
like, how in the
styrofoam
heck?
Containers.
How did we have such bad luck? that-
you have to have that skill set and I guess good luck.
I think luck is a huge part of it. If it weren't for bad luck, we might not have much of any luck.
So what's funny is this is like we've always cut our clutches because every now and then we'll decide not to. And then the one time we weren't going to cut a clutch, we got a feeling, cut it, and one baby was like wrapped around the cord. So we're like, okay, good thing. We had a clutch, this stupid pied clutch. And
Oh my god.
Because well, it's a pet clutch to me. So I'm like, it's a pied clutch. It's 9 eggs. And we weren't going to cut them. And it was day 56 and they hadn't deflated. And we're like, are these okay? So we had to like cut one and they're just huge. But I'm like, the one time we're gonna wait, they're like, so they're not deflated. We're like, is our incubator messed up? And that's when she got these gauges because she's like, now our incubator is
I
messed
got
up.
more gauges. Now there's 2
She
in
has
there.
like 3 different gauges, and they all say
Kept
the
putting
same.
them in there.
They're all the same temperature. But I'm like, the one time we're like, well, now we have to check they're okay because they haven't deflated. So every time we try not to cut them, now we're like, this is like day 59. They're finally coming out today. I'm like, they just took their time, and some of them are like 86 grams.
They
like,
always
huge.
always come out like day 55 or day 56. They're all out. So I was just like, let's just wait, let them all just come out on their own. You
The
know,
one
like,
time I'm like, they haven't deflated at all. Are they
I
fine?
think we cut them all like day 57. I'm like, let me just check. And then they were all out like this morning.
Yeah.
Just
So
like,
it was just like every time we go out of our way to not cut them, something weird is like, we should. And we tried our best. We're like, we went past 55, we blew by it. And I'm like, they are huge and not deflating. Are they okay? And
no
then-
guessing the temperature in this thing, 89 on all 3 or 4 gauges.
Yeah, today, another package came in today. She's like, oh, that's my goby. I'm like, how many,
Dude, those are my favorite.
I'm like, how many do we need? It says it. I'm like, no, our incubator's fine. We just had 3 other clutches that were fine in it. She's like, yeah, but this is the 4th one. And I'm like, okay.
Can never be more sure. I was like,
You can never have enough
I'm glad to
gobies.
know I'm not
When
the
we
only
started
person
out,
that's
we had a
second guessing
goby
myself.
in everybody's bin.
Oh my
Like
god.
that's when we started. We had one in every bin. And then Kurt was like, okay, we can't do this anymore. And then it was like a month ago. And he said, let's get rid of the gobies. It's like, don't you dare get rid of those gobies. We've
I could
invested
go
in them.
Get a stack and show you the stack of
The
gobies.
stack is like,
You
could
guys,
fill a box.
oh my god.
you guys are keeping goby in business.
We did. for a
Irresistible
short period of
stock
time.
in Govee.
Got to the point where he was like, I don't think we need one in every bin. I was like, but how do you know? Do you really
But
know?
we've got 63 already. What's another thing?
Exactly.
And then when we got the incubator, I was like, well, we can't just have a Govee because we go to the expos and we're gone. We need a sensor push so I can check it from Puyallup 2 hours away. Because if I'm in Puyallup, like I can run home and come back real quick and fix it. Oh well.
And the sensor push, you know, they have 4 of them.
Right.
Apparently that's the thing.
It's
The
so
thing-
true.
The anxiety's crazy. There's times I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. Not all the time and be like, did I take the rat out of that bag? And then I come in and I'm like, no, there's not one in there. Like just randomly think about things. And that's one of them, the temperature gauges.
I think the worst thing I forget about is I'll go to thaw rats, and then like 7 hours later, I'm like, oh my god, the rats!
They're like waterlogged. I'm like, these are
Oh, gross.
so gross.
Because we had to start supplementing with frozen thaw because over the summer, all 4 different people that we buy rats from had no rats. So we're like, oh crap! So we got a bunch of frozen, and those are supplementing. But otherwise, I hate doing frozen thaw. It's so not fun. But I also love rats, so it's sad. But I'm like, as I'm thawing, I'm like,
yeah.
So yeah, it's like I almost feel like I need a Govee of like a reminder of like, hey, check the rats.
Like Govee reminder.
Yeah, they need a reminder. We have rats thawing right now, and I can't forget.
The garage and like our big utility sink that's out there is where we've been following them, and I'll just be like, there's like rats down here. It's been like 3 hours. Let's go get the hair dryer out.
She's
and
like,
feed them off.
are there rats thawed? I'm like, oh, probably.
Yeah.
They're well thawed.
They're definitely ready.
There's some falling right now.
Yeah, like 20 of them.
Yeah.
You'll be ready to feed after this. It'll be great.
I threw them in before the live. I'm like, oh, they'll be good.
Movie to remind us.
No. You guys are more responsible for reminding me about the rats.
Oh my god.
You got it. We'll remind you at the end. Well, I'll go set my Govee right now. Remind us. One of my 67.
Yeah.
He was gonna throw them away.
No.
He had to throw them away. I know. I was like, don't you dare.
They're part of the family.
Part of
What?
the crew.
Yeah.
So now they're in a cupboard, taking up the entire cupboard.
I'll take a picture later. Can send it to you all.
This cupboard just full of Govies.
Well, you never know who's going to come by and be like, oh, yeah, I need to order a Govee. You're like, no, you don't.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. We could sell those with our 2-rack.
We
Oh
could.
my God.
We have this 2-rack that goes to the show with us, or went to the last show to sell. Kurt has a thermostat with it. We'll just throw in a couple of Govies.
You know, you buy a snake, you get a Govee.
There you go.
Kurt, just hit him with the, but wait, there's more.
Exactly.
And this
Exactly. I already have the look. I just need the shirt.
The sales.
I didn't even think about that. But wait, there's more. 13 Govies coming your way, dog.
Right? The people
Yeah.
would run. See, if Kurt said it, they'd buy it. If
Batteries
I
not
say it,
included.
they will run. We found out, like at the expo, if I say, please let me know if you have any questions, nobody buys a snake. If I just keep my mouth shut and don't say a word, Kurt sells all the snakes. The only snake I sold at the last show was Dylan's snake. I just have to smile. Stand there. It just doesn't work for me. That's okay. I wasn't meant to be a salesperson.
I worked really hard for it.
Huge
So I
grind.
can't tell you what we should or shouldn't do in the future. It was like they were brand new. I had to walk them through everything. And then they're like, okay, well, we have to like check with my husband. I'm like, that's a no.
Yeah.
They came back.
And then like 3 hours later, they came back and we went to get food, and Courtney called us and was like, hey, do you want to come over here? I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, I didn't want to make your first sale for you.
At a show.
She's like, I heard for so long, I wanted you to be able to do it. And I'm like, let me get my square reader. like a little so excited nerd. I'm like, yes, buy this NG Hypo.
And did the square reader work in the moment? Because that's usually where I always panic. I'm like,
No,
oh, okay.
well, we tested it out and wrote paid $5 at the
There
beginning
you go.
after it worked. And it's still sitting in the account along with a little bit else.
I was like, make sure it works. She's like, how do I check? I was like, just charge me $5. I'll tap my card. We'll see if it works.
It was beautiful.
It is. What's really beautiful is you can also use your phone as a tap to pay. You
Yeah.
don't even have to have your square reader. It's amazing.
Actually, I think
Love
that's what I
Square.
did. I didn't even use the reader. I used my phone. So I'm like, why did I rush delivery this reader when I didn't even use it? Yeah, the phone. That's
They are
That's-
nice though.
They are nice.
Work at. I love Square. Square is awesome.
Oh my god! And I got to make my first invoices through Square like 2 weeks ago, and they looked so beautiful and nice. I was so excited. So cool.
That's exciting. Congratulations.
It's the little things. It was just like snakes we sold on Morph Market. I'm like, I'm gonna send them an emailed invoice, and they can pay it like that. And it was so cool. I'm like, I wish
It
we
just
got
looks
this.
cleaner too.
I wish we had gotten the Square sooner, honestly.
Then you don't have to worry about all the like PayPal, and all those.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
just like take the bucket on everything. Just have all the money in one spot.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Very convenient.
We love Square.
It's beautiful.
Square's amazing. It's just that first initial using it, like the first day at a show,
Like, please work.
that is terrifying. Yeah. Or this last weekend, ours kept timing out. And then it would look like people didn't pay. And I'd like panic because that's me. Don't let
You
them
start
walk
following
away.
people.
Yeah. Kurt goes, they've already paid. That sent them a receipt because then it would just show their total again.
Yeah.
Like, but did they
Yeah,
really?
and it would freeze constantly, but that was probably my phone. Yeah, Dylan has the fancy iPad PO system for Square. It's really nice.
So cool.
Fancy.
It's really
Oh, those are really, really nice. I like the POS system of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is so nice.
Yeah, that's what we have at my one job there. The POS, it's so nice.
We just have the little one that is weighed down with a lot of sand in it, apparently, because it's really heavy. Dylan's is way cooler than ours. Dylan says that if you do, they can do payment plans through Square and it'll send them reminders.
I noticed that.
Those are cool.
I
That's
noticed
cool.
that was an option. So I was doing it. I was filling it out. I'm like, look how cool this is. I'm like, oh, there's payment plan stuff. Oh, this is. It was just very exciting. It's the little things that make things easier for everybody.
I like that. It's way better than having to message someone and remind them to pay. That is my least favorite thing to have to do.
Oh, it's the
I
worst.
hate that.
They leave you on red, or it's just awkward. It's just awkward to ask.
It is awkward, even though you know they're supposed to pay. It still is a terrible feeling. Okay,
Yeah.
by the way.
Then it feels like you're just hounding them. You're like, I already sent you an email last week. This is already too much.
I know.
It's funny because we were saying the other day we were talking about payment plans. I'm like, we pay back payment plans so fast because we hate owing people money. So we're like they're like, okay, in like 30 days, just pay me this much. We're like, no, we're gonna send you like triple that because we want to be done. So we get stressed out. So I kind of don't really know how people can like have a payment plan and just like
let it go
and
for
like
a
let
month.
it go because I'm like that would keep me up at night.
We understand that. We just finished a payment plan that we started, and then Kurt is on strike at work. So it was the most uncomfortably long payment plan ever for us because
Yeah.
we're used to paying right away.
Yeah.
Then we had already started before he went on strike.
And we had it arranged that we'll just send you the money as we get it. And then once you can, if you have a snake now, that's cool. If you don't, send us one when one hatches out.
Yeah.
But it's, so it's not like we actually had the snake at the time first, but still, it's still kind of weird. Be like, yeah, here's $100. Here's $100.
Drove us nuts. It's the cutest, derpiest snake. It's an indigo. It's so cute.
Oh, ooh.
Hmm. We can have all sorts of fun things happening over here now. It's exciting.
You said you got an indigo?
Yeah.
That's
It's a
Texas?
Mexican red phase.
Mexican red phase. Yeah.
Oh, they're freaking beautiful. Congrats,
Yeah.
guys. That's awesome.
Thank you. That's what's in this tank behind us that's covered up by our sign now.
Oh,
Has a
that's-
nice, I'll send a picture of that too. It's in this nice handmade wooden enclosure that we got a year ago. Just
Or
waiting
more.
for something to be in it. Now the indigo's in there, living its best life.
Nice.
It takes its little head and sets it on the ledge of the glass, and you'll walk in, it'll just be sitting there looking at you like,
That's awesome.
excuse me.
Are you guys looking to breed it at one point, or just a pet?
Someday, many years down the road, because we'll have to. It's a male. Then we'll have to get a female. Then you know how this story goes.
So one thing we have learned, and that's why she got a female of the Woma, because we're like, one thing we should do is get a female, even if we don't plan to breed it, just so by
Yep.
the time we maybe have the idea it's like old enough. So that's one thing we're kind of, because I think the next thing I want to get is a green tree. And I'm like, well, we should get a girl just because, in case, because that makes sense now. It's one of those other things we've learned along the ways, you know, like just get a girl because you don't want to end up with like all these males, and then you're like, why did we get all
Yes.
these males? I know Lace knows all about having too many males.
Oh, we know about that too over here.
Oh yeah.
She's like, what would you do with these pairings? I'm like, send me all your animals. And it's like 75 males and like 4 females. I'm like,
Jeez.
okay.
Hey, get off my shit. That was years ago.
Now we have no males.
No, we
Now
have
I have none. Now I'm doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, because then we were like, we would just buy. Now we've only bought females and held back females. And now we're like, oh, now we need more males again. So it's just, you know.
taken our own advice with the backup male. So we've been searching for a few really good males as backups.
Yeah.
That's what we're
No,
working on over here too.
I tried to flip my game up. I had to have some sort of comeback season. It is a lesbian gay club up in here right now, y'all. It's all girls. It's all girls.
We did our pairings, like planned our pairings, and our female list is like this, and then our male list is like. I'm
It's like a CBS receipt. The females.
I'm like, oh. I was like, is this all the males? I'm like, no, we have that one. Don't forget that one. It's like 6 males. I'm like, we did it. We did the opposite thing.
We have backup males for all of them, but we're not going to put them at the front. We're like, all right, so like we got a good bunch of males like growing up right now.
I'd say we have 4 solid males.
Well, 4 that we want to put in, but I want to say we have maybe like 12 males.
Second string is looking good. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, first string and 4. There's like 4 or 5 in first string. That's our varsity team, and then
Well, we realized this year because at one point our yellow belly sunset male was like, I'm kind of done. We're like, oh God, you can't be done. So, but he got like a month off, and then he was like good to go again. But we're like, okay, we need to be better prepared because that was scary.
he's currently locked right now with a orange dream genetic stripe. So
Yeah, for like 3 days now.
3 days straight they've been locked. I'm like, okay, dude.
He just
He was
I
not
can give it up
done.
now.
He was not done. In fact,
Monthly, like, all right, your thing.
And we don't pair him too often. We probably do like once a month to a different girl based on who is growing. So we're like, you're not like super busy guy. Like you have like, a lot of days off here.
He's doing fine. He
he's
did
fine.
really well for us this season.
Yeah, but we got nervous. We're like, oh, we need a backup male at some point because he's like tired.
He did.
He's like, stop. But now he's good. It's all good now.
You also need a backup male because sometimes if you're like us, the snake that you were planning on doing something decides not to eat for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
the
He'll be
wall.
ready next year now. He should have been ready this year, but he's not.
Both of them.
We have 2 hypo girls, 2 different hypo combo girls that for like 8 months just decided they didn't really want to eat consistently. So they should have already had clutches. But instead they're like, now they're finally approaching breeding size, but they're like a solid year behind because they just got weird for like a year and now they're fine. But I was like, these guys want to go off food the worst time, I swear.
I always say everything happens for a reason. By the time they're ready, we'll probably have a male that's better for them than we do now. So that's the way I like to look at it a little bit.
You have to.
It's true, or you'll go crazy. Like for us over here, when the incubator malfunctioned, we thought, well, at least it was these clutches and not the clutches that we're going to have in the future, hopefully.
Yeah.
Now we're ready.
Yeah.
I guess
At least we think we're ready.
It sucks, but
Yeah.
It does.
yeah.
You don't want to lose any, but you have to.
No.
That's why I was annoyed with our pie clutch being the biggest clutch of the year. I'm like, why is this one 9 eggs, but our sunset stuff was like 5 eggs? I'm like, we got 9 pies. But we've learned from our show, we need pet stuff. So we even have a bell pairing going now. So we're like, why not? We have the animals.
We had a Mojave head comp female. We weren't sure who to pair to her. And we didn't want to put our really good males and like overexhaust them and add another female to them. So we're like, oh, let's just throw our bell male to her.
Yeah, he was one of the first animals Ro wanted. So we were like, well, let's just make bells. Everyone was freaking out at the show for him, so we should make them too.
People love bells.
I know.
We have a bell pairing too. Hopefully they've figured it out. Every time we look in the bin, they don't seem like they've figured it out, but I'm hoping he's sneaky.
I know.
Yeah, and if it works out, his name is Sneaky Link. That's what he's going to be called.
Anyway, if they make babies, they'll all be bells, which will be even better. So,
Super Mojave to Super Russo.
Nice. That'll be good. Well, hopefully they are secretly blocking for you.
I hope so. Her follicles just keep getting larger, so we can hope.
Good. Well, that's good news. So hopefully
Yes. We hope so. And she's proven. She's a funny girl. I posted a picture of her a while back. She's kind of cross-eyed. she's special. She's really pretty, but her eyes are funny. Right?
Yeah, they're a little weird.
They are a little weird. She's just goofy. And
she's not quite sure what she's looking at.
yeah, she's got her own thing going on. Makes her unique.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
It's true. Well, we don't want to keep you guys much longer, but it was really fun to have you hang out with us on a Saturday or ever. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. We'll have to try and do it again when Evan can be here because now he's going to have FOMO and that's not good.
I feel so bad. Yeah.
Is he still at Verizon?
No, I think they were driving back, right? It was a long drive back.
It's never easy being in the Verizon store. It's like buying a car. You're there all day.
I was going to say, it's just as long as buying a car when you go there.
Sometimes longer, I swear. We all got new phones this last summer or last spring. We were there a whole day.
I think it was multiple days, too.
Yeah, we did. We had to go back multiple days. It was great.
God.
I have T-Mobile now, and I've never once had a long experience like that. So I'm like, does Verizon do this on purpose? Because I grew up with Verizon forever, and they were like 7 hours. I'm like, what are we doing? And then T-Mobile, they're like, here's your phone, do it yourself. Like,
they hold you hostage over there at Verizon. It's so bad.
You get hangry while you're there. Get very hangry.
You gotta take a dinner break while you're over there too. They're so long till they close up the shop.
Then they'll be like, all right, we're gonna do this work on your phone. It's gonna be 2 hours. Go out and do something. I'm like, without my phone? I think you're just
I don't even know where to eat without my phone.
I think I'm lost without it. Like, what do I do? All right.
Then your Instagram notifications are out of control by the time you get back to it.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have, I suppose. All right. I don't want to say goodbye, but I suppose we should let you go. We could do this the whole rest of the day.
It's not goodbye. It's see you later.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You go ahead. Okay, I'll go ahead.
You go ahead.
We had James from All City Serpent brought us delicious cupcakes last week at the expo. So thank you, James and his wife, for the cupcakes for all of us because he gave the whole row of us these 6 packs of homemade
incredible.
Cupcakes that were amazing.
Ooh.
That's all.
Thanks for sharing, James.
Yeah, I would have. Well, you could just come visit and go to one of our reptile expos. They might not be as amazingly huge as the ones out there, but
yeah, I know.
They're getting there.
We'll come to one of yours one day and get to see all of you. It'll be
We
great.
should try to coordinate one and go to Dallas.
Y'all are in for a treat, I'll tell you what.
Well, we hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We will definitely do this again.
Sounds
Absolutely.
good.
Great.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have fun.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Of course.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Through the ups and downs, we stay strong. In your circle, that's where we belong. Lifting each other all day long. In this family, we can't go wrong. In your circle, we rise and fly. No drama, just love, we reach the sky. Support and shine, keep the vibe alive. In your circle, together we thrive. Open minds, open hearts, that's the way we roll. She cheering for each other. That's our ultimate goal. Embrace new ideas, let creativity unfold. In the circle, every story told is gold. Positivity reigns, we chase the light. Through the good, the bad, we keep it tight. No room for drama, keep the vision bright. In your circle, we're soaring to new height. Through the ups and downs, we stay strong. In your circle, that's where we belong. Lifting each other all day long. In this family, we can't go wrong.